We are the Nerd Eternal Network.
Hello, and welcome to Icons of Water World here on the Nerd Eternal Network. I'm your GM for the day, Jason. And with me is... Oh, I've got y'all's names wrong in the windows. We have Curtis playing Toss-Up.
Hola.
Let me put Toss-Up's name down there. We have Mike playing Anyone.
Hello.
And then not on cams, we have Zach playing the Bogeyman and Taylor playing Unison.
Howdy.
Alright, does everybody remember where we were last time?
Well, I was still separate from the group.
Mm-hmm.
I was on the grounds of whoever's been responsible for the kidnappings imprisoned, and some monstrous humanoid just revealed itself. Backed up by a bunch of dog-sized creatures, or some such, throughout wherever I am. The aforementioned Black Dragon, I think, was mentioned by name to other people in the game.
Right. I don't think your character's the only one that's actually seen him.
Yes.
But it has not been formally introduced. And the base you were in was located inside a wildlife refuge next to Rhodes Ferry.
Yes.
I've gone ahead and dropped Black Dragon's token down where he's at, just so y'all can keep up with it, and get a look at him.
Ah, yes.
And then the rest of you were up in the northern part of town. The northern part of town. More interested in investigating the company that y'all were really suspicious of for some reason.
I know it has such a warm and wholesome name.
Yeah, it's kind of my point. Yeah. Shadow is a perfectly respectable French name. I don't know where y'all are.
They couldn't be evil at all because, they spelled shadow with just an O and dropped the W, so.
I'm telling you, it's a French name, Shadow. Y'all are just overly suspicious. Your line of work has made you untrusting.
Which is conveniently exactly what's necessary for our job.
Like, I beat up a guy and he told me the exact information I wanted him to tell me, so I'd stop beating him up, and that indicted the company.
Well, hold up.
Reliable, right?
Mm-hmm.
He told you the exact information you wanted, and also he was telling someone else that information before you jumped in. He conveniently had the information you wanted before you beat him up. Then after you beat him up, he told you it.
Yeah.
No, you just let somebody know that you were talking about that you'd been asking about the company.
Yeah.
That's all.
Well, someone that he had in his phone as boss, but separate from the number of the person that's actually in charge of him at his work.
Well, it's a big corporation. You have several bosses.
But it's weird just to have one called boss.
It could have been something private we wanted nothing to know about. Just,
Exactly.
Well, then he's sharing company secrets. If it's a private person you're telling information about another company to, I mean, come on now. Clearly, Bogeyman was stopping insider trading.
And that is a crime. Unless you're a member of Congress or the Senate. No, and a lot of those rules about inside trading, those are they specifically excluded themselves when they wrote the rules.
Yep. Well, of course.
All right, let's see. Let's start up north to our 3, sometimes 8 heroes, depending on how many unisons are running around.
Hut, 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 hut.
All right, so y'all were planning to head back to Shadow Corp to their losing my words. Their main building, the corporate headquarters. There we go. Which was located, I believe I had said, down around here?
I believe so.
I know that's kind of the industrial area, and it was located kind of close by there. Somewhere in that general area. So what exactly is your plan to deal with them?
I believe Unison said that he just wanted to, or Unit, excuse me, just said he wanted to go in the front door and then ask him some questions.
Yeah, call ahead of time, inform that Unison the S.P.E.A.R agent. And because there is no other way to ask the question, no one else to ask. I was going to ask. Specifically asked to see if I could speak with that same person in charge again if they had time in the day to cross-reference some information that was given.
All right, so are all 3 of you walking in, or just a Unison?
I'll go in.
I'll go.
So yeah, all 3 of us will walk in. I'll
All
start.
right.
Yeah.
And I believe it was Ronald Blake that you had talked to before? Or was it Fred Priest?
Fred Priest was the store owner.
That's right, missing store owner. Maybe.
Yeah,
names
Ronald
down,
Blake.
then didn't write down who they were, so that's like super useful.
I scrolled up in the Discord where I wrote Ronald Blake and Fred Priest, shop owner.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you had taken notes in there.
That is the extent of my notes. Was the 2 names, and one of them had a definition.
All right. Carolyn Allen was the store owner's niece, I believe. Brock Brown was Sasha Brown. It was a doctor for Shadow Corp. All right. So you walk in, you ask for Ronald Blake. Same receptionist is back there. She sees you come in, she perks up. Tells you, he's, as far as she knows, she hasn't seen him leave, so
Was also kind of wanted to make sure I didn't, walk in the middle of a meeting and drag him out or something like that. Because while it's important to cross-referencing the information is important, but it can take 1 minute.
So she gets a hold of him, tells you he'll be down in just a couple minutes. Sure enough, 4 or 5 minutes later, he comes out the elevator. Walks up, offers his hand to Unison.
I'll shake it and explain, and show, Bogeyman, local hero. As I found him, gave some secondary information that I needed to cross-reference with the company.
Oh, I see. His eyes, the corners of his eyes seem to tighten a little bit, when you introduce Bogeyman.
Bogeyman will wave.
Well, certainly I've heard of you, sir. I didn't know you worked with the government.
I work with whoever gets the job done.
It's a temporary agreement. We tend to like to have a local head when we do business in a town. Someone that knows the streets.
No, well, there's a similar thought in the corporate world sometimes. Get somebody that knows the lay of the land. So what can I help you with, sir?
It'll just be a quick cross-reference on some information. Do you have a name associated with the number? And then I'll give him the number of the name boss. You know, if he has it in his contact list, or if he just oddly enough knows the number. As strange that is in today's society.
Give me an awareness check.
Let me find. Unison is, earlier in my list than every other character.
Oh yeah. Gotta scroll down a lot further.
Well, it's just not in the same place. So I pull up the list, and all the names are there except one way down. Rolled an 11.
All right, well that definitely beats his 5. It's not that he's super obvious about it. You just kind of pick up on it. He really tenses up when you rattle off that number. But he tells you, no, I don't recognize it, but I'll run it through the computer and see what we come up with.
Unison sighs audibly.
I'm really tempted to call it while he's sitting there in front of us. Watch it be his personal cell.
You'll need to pardon us for a moment, sir. One of my associates is about to come in. I take a step to the right and then to the left of me, Night Shift. I hand Night Shift the phone. When the lasers go off, tell me. Bogeyman, you're going to need to go back to the car. Toss up, follow him.
All right.
Blake is just sitting there watching all this. What do you? Or do you wait for him to walk off before you do this?
Oh, no. I'm just. Oh, sorry. You had a physical reaction to a number being said out loud? Means you know it. No one physically tenses up at being told a phone number. Don't know who it is, but you showed physical signs of knowing it, so I'm sending the boys out to safety. It's my job to keep them safe. They need to go out to safety, just in case.
He seems a little. He seems a little at a loss for words. I'm not sure what you mean, but I'll step over here. And
No, it's
check
perfectly
this
fine.
Yeah.
It's perfectly okay. Don't worry about it. Just make sure my boys are safe.
I'll explain to Boogeyman that we're playing bad hero and go out to the car and turn the other way hero.
That sounds really, really ethically dubious. I mean, even for what we do.
And yeah, Night Shift will click the call button on the number.
While you're doing that, Blake has stepped behind the receptionist desk and is, he's basically just using her computer. The phone rings 3 or 4 times. It goes to voicemail.
Alright. Does the voicemail give a name, or is it just one of the automated messages?
It's just a leave your message.
Alright, it's probably a burner phone then.
Blake kind of gestures to the screen. Shows you there's nothing in their phone directory for that number.
All right. Now I think it's only fair I explain the situation. This phone was found off of forgotten by a very, very drunk worker of your location, which Boogeyman then rifled through the phone, which the legality of such I'll put to the side for the moment. The issue being that he had made a phone call to someone called Boss, talking about the fact that Boogeyman was asking questions about the company. Except there's also the name of, as Boogeyman described, the actual guy that's in charge of him in this company, and then shows the name. Which means either you have a leak, or you have a secondary hidden agenda within the company of which someone should not be named, which is always a super worrisome thing.
He looks at the other names. Yeah, that's the head of our. That's one of our heads of security. Do you have the name of the man who you got this from?
I don't,
what
actually.
is
I
this?
don't even have to lie to you about that.
While you're sitting there, he calls up the head of security. Asks him if anybody called in recently. You mentioned you mentioned the guy being very drunk. So it's like he's basically checking to see if anybody was a no-show the last day or so. Well, I would hate, when he hangs up, he's like, well, I would hate to think the company had any kind of leak, but I mean, it's always possible when you're dealing with a large corporation. And no offense to your co-worker, but yeah, if a costume vigilante was asking questions about the company, that would be a concern to our security personnel. Boogeyman does not have the. I mean, he's popular up in his neighborhood, but he doesn't have the sterling reputation of yourself or toss-up.
Well, yes, but looking at the call history and the times, he didn't call the security chief. He called the dude named Boss. Which means he didn't care about it being a security issue. He cared about it being an issue for an unnamed person.
Well, there are, there's lots of executives in the company. He could have been calling
That you
any
just
of them. I don't know why he'd have a
cross-reference.
special line to one of them, though. Of course, if we have a leak, whichever agent this was could be the leak, and that could be who he's feeding information to. If you can find out his name, we'll pull him in and ask him some questions.
But all right, sir. The quick cross-reference and evidence gained therein was all I needed. Thank you for your time.
Oh, of course. If you need anything else, don't hesitate to call.
Don't worry. In about somewhere within the next 36 hours, I'm sure I will.
He just kind of nods. It's like he's been weirded out with this whole conversation.
It's almost like that's my entire job with people.
Well, the whole faceless helmet thing probably helps.
Unit will turn and start to walk away. Night shift will stand there for a minute looking at the phone. Unit stops, turns. Night shift, we're leaving. Night shift goes, in front of the bad guy? We're not just gonna... we're not gonna come on. Okay.
Alright, so y'all meet back up outside.
Yep. Night shift goes in the car. Night shift goes to sleep, and the ghost will go in and follow Mr. Blake. It is time to start getting private information, because they have now shown themselves to be untrustworthy, and I don't feel bad about sneaking around them.
Alright. What?
I never trusted them anyway.
You have some kind of prejudice against the French, obviously.
Clearly.
To be fair, I think it'd be more prejudice against businessmen, which is totally fair in this world.
I don't
I've
know.
seen one try to take over.
Well, you all keep commenting on the name. So. And I assure you, Shadow Corp is not trying to take over the world. Any more so than any big business.
Yeah.
What is your ranks and astral projection?
Oh Lord, this is about to be like a test of some sort. 5.
Give me a roll with that.
Will the specialties mental resistance, investigation, or martial arts help?
They will not.
Okay.
You need to beat a 12.
Oh,
Ouch.
jeez. Hold on a minute. Let me crunch some hard math real quick. That's gonna require me to roll perfect and use a quality to succeed. That's gonna suck. So I'm just gonna fail horribly.
All right. You face plant into the side of the building.
Ouch.
Or the glass or the door.
Yeah, on the attempt to go in, I hit something.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't hurt because you're not there physically, but something is blocking you.
Because benevolent companies, will block you.
Well, no. Anyone doing adequately superpowered technology involving like DNA manipulation stuff, I like the fact that they'd have this kind of protection. Because that means a supervillain can't just do it. You have supervillains in this world. You do have to protect super technology. I've got no problem with this. It's just inconvenient. Like, from the aspect of a hero, super inconvenient. From the aspect of anyone that works there, it would make me feel great to have that.
Fair enough.
Unfortunately, I'm on the hero side. Alright, I'm just gonna go back home. Night shift wakes up, informs the team that they have a protection against astral projections.
You can astrally project.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're a temporary member of the team. Sorry, Boogeyman, I just liked you a whole lot. Kind of forgot. Please don't tell anyone.
But I won't. Don't worry.
And Unit just sits there. Did you rattle your brain when you hit the wall? Looking at Night Shift. I think I may need to do a psychoanalysis after this. Night Shift, schedule me a psychoanalysis after this.
Well,
All right, but still, he shuddered at an unnamed number, which means that he's doing something illegal with this boss. Which means he's probably above the security chief, but below the owner. The name is not in the databanks. Calling it leads to a no-show number.
Oh, did you leave a message on the answering machine? Or the call?
No, I did not.
Okay, just wondering.
That was ominous, dude.
I just wanted to know if you left whoever it was a message.
Okay.
should have left a message saying something about the 12 monkeys.
All right, well. So we know it's someone superhuman. We know it's something genetic and not like a machine punching holes in walls. We know the people in charge know about it.
Right.
So it's clearly hidden. No one's seen anything about it. How many log cabins in the woods does this place have? Or how many abandoned industrial parks does this place have?
Yeah, and I don't know how to track.
Oh, it could
Night
go
shift.
down.
So
We
track
know
that
they've
number.
bought up a lot of land, or at least they're looking to buy up land, so we could just cross-reference records at City Hall relating to any large land purchases made by Shadow Corp.
Good point. Thank you, Boogeyman.
Not a problem.
Novice appears outside the car. Novice, go check that. Novice flies off.
So, how does that work? The whole teleporting in random people. Do you have like a pager on your suit that I'm not seeing, or what's going on there?
My suit acts as a beacon. The rest of the suits can teleport to it.
I guess it's just like a mental command, like a mental switchboard for who you want to call in, or
Well, no, it's part of the babysit system. I'm the babysitter. They are the babies.
Okay.
Poor Boogeyman
I'm
is
the-
suffering from tech envy.
Well, telling people it's tech, it's a lot simpler
Yeah.
and easier to lie about. Because if it's just
'Cause it's
super
very
tech, you
believable.
just don't pay attention.
So yeah, Novice has no problem getting to City Hall and getting access to the records. There has not been a lot of large purchases lately. Shadow Corps has bought up some land up here in the northern part of the city on kind of the industrial side. There are some abandoned properties up there where the companies have gone out of business.
Well, I mean, like a large swath of abandoned property where like no one would notice a superpowered monster coming and going.
If he was subtle, there's a few spots, because some of these big plants shut down, and you're talking about 100 acres that may have made up their property.
Okay.
You mentioned log cabins. Boogeyman, being a local, might point out the wildlife preserve. Not that he specifically knows of like log cabins specifically in or around there, but
No, but a wildlife preserve in general is a lot of land that doesn't have a lot of people going through it all at once, and you could time things pretty easy.
Certain times of year there is hunting allowed in there. To keep the deer population thinned out to some degree because they have no natural predators in this area.
Yeah, Boogeyman would probably toss that out.
That's it. The rebels are there, and Skywalker has whooped them.
Thank you for your contribution, Toss Up.
I'm still trying to think how I can justify a way to track the phone number. There's just not. If they're not answering the phone, we wouldn't ever get a ping back.
Is the automated answering machine not connect to a phone?
It
Never
would have
actually
connected
asked-
to whoever the carrier was.
Okay. I've never actually thought about or investigated or had any reason to check to see how an answering machine on a cell phone works.
Yeah, that's why you have to call. That's why with the cell phones you have to call a number to listen to your messages.
Yeah, that makes sense.
As opposed to like the answering machine I've got on my phone here in the house, where the phone is essentially answering and then just relaying it to the machine.
But that also doesn't put the actual messages on physical memory in the phone.
Right, not for a cell phone, no.
So there will always be enough room to have a message put in, just in case. Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
But so anyway, y'all are investigating that, and you find a couple of spots industrial spots in the area that would probably be big enough and have enough buildings not in use to hide some stuff. By the same token, there's main roads going by it, so if you were going to build a secret base, whether or not you'd build it there is a little up in the air. Now, the wildlife refuge has got a lot of room, but you don't know if it's got facilities in it or anything.
So we know we've seen where they're doing, where they purchased land, and we know that they took equipment. We're assuming it's an inside job, the equipment that was stolen to build a small lab. Is there anything that might show where equipment is moved or where they're actually doing construction on this property they've recently purchased?
The property they've bought up in the north, they have not begun any construction on. There have been some cleanup crews there, tearing down some of the old buildings that were in such bad repair that there just wasn't no point in trying to do anything. But they've been bought. The purchase started a few months ago, and it's been kind of a slow paperwork thing. They've really only even sent the cleanup crews in there in the last couple of weeks. It's just in another part of town, so it's easy to drive to if you wanted to check it out.
Worth a shot, I guess. You got any better ideas?
Only in vague mathematical terms, which are the fun kind, but I could just send out some dummies to just...
Oh, well, that would make it quicker, wouldn't it?
To just fly through, and if they hit the same thing they've hit here, we know they plan to do something. They're planning to do something there. If they've already set up shop with a defense, that means they're hiding something in abandoned facilities.
Yeah, in theory, you could take a peek at all these properties at the same time.
Yep. One moment. Unison. Night shift sitting in the car. Poofs. Unit steps out. Night shift poofs back with, a couple others. The rest of the squad, and yeah, they all fly off to locations to check. And what'll be happening is they'll just land on the outskirts, find a nice quiet place, project, and then just fly through quickly, seeing if there's any protections in any of the abandoned factories.
Bogeyman will turn to toss up and ask.
But while we're doing that,
ever get any less creepy?
Not really, no.
Well, I mean, they just poofed it. They just popped out and flew away. I mean, there's nothing creepy about that. It's just teleportation.
So what's your power? I poop out of the people.
See, now you went and made it weird.
Unsettling.
They don't come out of it.
Unsettling.
They just appear.
Yeah, and I don't like it when things just appear in front of me. Like, that usually means I'm about to get knocked into a wall, and that hurts.
Right here.
You just said may like Bogeyman, but he's clearly high-strung. Doesn't have to
be
for
fair.
a job.
He's a solo artist. They have their quirks.
All right.
But while they're doing that, what else can we be doing?
We all think about that. We'll switch down to the nature preserve, or the wildlife preserve, rather. Refuge, I'll get it right eventually. And I believe anyone had just been thrown into a cell.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, there were these weird dog-like, or dog-sized things. They look very predatory. They're not any kind of animal you recognize. You were thrown into a cell with another prisoner. The entire hallway's got cells on both sides. Not all the cells are completely full, but you do see other people in some of them. And I believe you were currently in the form of a...
I was undercover as a homeless person.
Yeah, I think you're posing as like a 20 or 30-year-old.
Yeah. What the hell? Let's see if I can find the link. No, it's a whole new batch of. I can't. But anyway, yeah, it was just basically yeah.
But anyway, they throw you in there with another guy who's kind of huddled in the corner. The kind of reptilian man that threw you in there, it makes vague threats, tells you not to cause any trouble. That his doggos out here are pretty hungry, and they growl at the sight of you. They seem to be somewhat affectionate to him. So he leaves, and you're left alone in there with well, not alone. You've got your cellmate and 3 or 4 other people, scattered through some of these other cells.
Yeah. While the Black Dragon was throwing me into this jail, is it possible for me to pull a? I think this might be a. I think this might be a power stunt, but maybe I should just invoke this when the time comes to actually use the power, because I don't plan on using it quite yet.
What are you thinking about?
Well, I wanted to take my images power and stunt it and expand it to cover scent as well as appearance, just anticipating the doggo creatures.
Ah, yes.
So it would be helpful to be able to give off the Black Dragon scent. And I'm trying to think, is that something I should invoke now while I'm within the presence to, like, presumably pick up a sample with however my technology works? Or do I just do that later when I try to make my jailbreak?
We'll say that you try to take the sample now, but we'll have you make the roll when you're actually going to use it.
Okay.
Since you won't be completely sure if you pulled it off or not until you actually test it.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. The guy you're in the cell with kind of looks up at you as you're getting pushed in there, but it's kind of a quick looks up and looks back down, so he's like not looking directly at Black Dragon at all.
Okay. Did I see any obvious security cameras?
No, there does not seem to be any.
Okay. How likely is it that? Can I do a scan of the area to see if it's likely that there may be? When I say scan, I just mean looking around, using my expertise to determine if there are likely to be, like, hidden cameras.
Yeah, give me a roll. What expertise is that you're using?
Espionage. Or tech, yeah. Well, what do you think is more applicable, espionage or technology? I would go for espionage if I had my druthers, but what do you think?
I would go with espionage because you're looking for hidden ones.
Okay.
And the hidden part would be more thinking about where you'd put them and stuff.
I just generated an 11 total.
All right. Oh, yeah, you blew that other one. You're pretty sure there isn't... you don't see... The building you've been brought into looks like it was probably built in the 70s or 80s.
Oh, okay.
And been kind of retrofitted. Like the cell doors are obviously much newer. Whatever was in this hallway, some kind of storage or something's probably, but the cell doors are new. The roll-up doors outside look like they were pretty new. But the building itself just looks like something that was already here. That
That's good.
Black Dragon or whoever's in charge here is retrofitting for whatever purpose.
Okay, so it's more of a makeshift thing.
Mm.
The facility.
So it looks like the dog things are what they're counting on to keep people.
That is the security. Gotcha.
Because
Well, that's good.
The cells open up into that hallway, and then it's just cinder blocks. Other than that, no windows or anything.
And how many doggos are currently in the
there are 2 in the hallway.
detention? 2. Okay. And is it just my cellmate and the doggos and I right now?
There's 2 or 3 other people in some of the other cells.
Okay.
There's something like say 4 cells on each side of the hallway, so there are 8 total.
I'll ask my cellmate. What time's dinner? I'm just trying to gauge like how responsive at all this person is.
They don't like us to talk too much. And when you talk, the dogs growled a little bit, and one of them trots over close to the door.
Gotcha.
But
I see.
They feed us in the morning and the afternoon. Usually when they come in to take one of us.
I take it no one comes back. I'm trying to like talk. I'm trying to like keep it surreptitious. I'm whispering at this point. Does he have anything to say about that? Or
Oh, what was that now?
oh, I asked if I take it no one comes back when they're taken.
Sometimes, if they bring you back, then they take you out again the next day. Nobody's come back a second time. Not everybody comes back the first time, but nobody comes back the second time.
Gotcha. Yeah, you're plucked out the street too. I take it.
Yeah.
Is that where they got everyone?
Yeah, I think most of us came from the north. I mean, we had one guy in here was some kind of like online reporter or something. I don't know how they got him. Maybe he stumbled onto something or was asking the wrong questions. I don't know.
What's the deal with the lizard guy?
Some kind of mutant or something, I guess. I don't know. He kind of likes pushing us all around.
I'm sorry. What time did he? When did he say that people usually get taken?
In the morning when they bring the food.
In the morning. So we've got the night.
Yeah.
What time is it now?
It's getting late afternoon.
Okay. I think my plan will probably be to try to break out in the middle of the night. Certainly before the next test subject gets taken away. And see, I'll ask how long. Also, I'll introduce myself as Kyle, and ask what's your name.
Danny.
How long have you been here?
I've been here about 4 days.
4 days. I didn't see a lot of people in the other cells. Your time's probably coming up too soon.
Yeah, probably. I think I've been here the longest out of anybody right now. And the guy that told me what was going on when I got here had only been here 3 days, and they took him pretty quick.
I don't get a sense that this is like a plant or something. This is just like another captive, right? Is that the vibe I'm picking up off him?
That's the vibe you're getting from him. He doesn't seem disingenuous at all.
Okay.
He's very nervously looking at the dogs anytime he says something, but he's talking
Sure.
real low like you are.
Gotcha. Are the dogs like prowling back and forth, or are they like actually hovering?
The one that walked up to your gate or to your cell door when you started talking is still standing there with a kind of a low, kind of rumbly growl.
Mm-hmm. I'll have my back to the doggo, just in case there's any kind of like, I don't know, has some kind of like security implant on itself or whatever. But I think the last thing I want to do for now is I'm going to ask Danny if I could get us out of here. Do you think you'd be up for a run?
He kind of licks his lips nervously. I mean, yeah, I'm in good enough shape. I don't. How fast do you think those things are?
Really fast, but if my plan works, that won't be an issue.
Well, if I don't, they're going to come for me in the next day or two anyway. So yeah, I guess if you've got some plan, I guess I'm up for it.
All right, well, just chill for now, and I'll just like lay back and I don't know, maybe catch a nap. Who knows? A quick power nap. But right now, yeah, I think in the middle of I'll try to like make a break. So if anything's going to happen from now and then, you could, I don't know if you want to advance that or move back to the other team and see what they're doing for the rest of the evening.
All right, so cutting back to the guys in the north. The extra Unisi have flown through the recently purchased industrial plots and haven't run into any kind of barriers or anything. You zip through
barriers,
the buildings.
No, nothing new indicating like a secret underground. Just nothing at all.
When you zip underground, in some of them you find tunnels connecting some of the buildings and stuff. But they look like they've been there a while. Some of them are in bad disrepair. Some of them are still in decent shape. One or two of them, it's clear the cleanup crews have been coming through and taking some stuff out. But nothing seems suspicious. Everything just looks like a typical work site, and like they're just getting good started. None of the buildings have any kind of barriers to prevent you from poking around.
All right, all the abandoned plots are useless. There's nothing new there, no protection there, nothing indicative of any use towards their current activities.
Now, has there been any other kind of investigating you've been doing up during the day? Or through the rest of the afternoon?
I'm stumped. I can't think of any way to track the people that have been kidnapped. Because they're just random homeless people that won't be missed.
Bogeyman, do you have any suggestions?
Outside of poking around the wildlife preserve, I for a lot. Maybe bust back into their main complex in the middle of the night, run their files, see if they have anything incriminating then, but we'd have to be quick because, well, they're a big company and the cops will be on that place in a hot minute.
Lord, I
Unless
love your perspective on these things. Oh no, the cops. I miss those days.
unless there's any way we can see if there's been other sightings of this lizard guy, but he's probably going to be pretty hidden.
Yeah, we will go ahead. Let's go ahead and get a quick S.P.E.A.R cross-reference, see if there's a villain that matches the kind of weird wall climbing.
Spider lizard. Actually, lizards can climb walls.
Well, back in Unison's father's day, there was a guy calling himself the Gecko. He wasn't lizard-like. He just had a lizard-like costume.
So yeah, it's probably a recent genetic mucking.
Poking around online, you do find a new local news article from about a year ago, where someone was claiming to have seen a gator man in the refuge.
And to the refuge we go.
Now the guy
any-
was his. The cops picked him up running down the street, basically that big road that cuts through the wildlife refuge. He was on there, just physically running when they police stopped, make sure he was okay. And he was rambling on his story, but he was also very drunk, and they wound up picking him up for public intoxication.
I already wanted to check the wildlife refuge because cabin in the woods is kind of a good place to hide genetically mucked up things that look like animals. Sadly, it looks like there's a lot of refuge to cover.
Well, let's give it a shot.
Well, the cops picked that guy up about here. Which that big center part is, the bulk of the refuge. That and these islands out here. The stuff you see along kind of the border of the city.
No, it's just forest.
The stuff down here close still counts as the refuge. Some of this up in the park, up in the city itself, is more park recreational stuff.
And yeah, they'd probably want to be deeper woods or isolated island kind of thing.
Now there are some fish and wildlife. There's a fish and wildlife office located down this little road here. Would be somewhere you could stop and ask, ask around or talk to somebody that is in the refuge semi-regularly.
Bogeyman, how many
Yes, sir.
people have you said have been kidnapped, or do you know of that have been kidnapped?
About how many?
I thought they
More
said it
than
was about a
10, less than
dozen.
20.
Yeah, been something like a dozen.
In a fairly short time span?
Relatively speaking.
Yeah, 3 weeks or so, 3 or 4 weeks.
Then I would I would start with the roads. See how many roads lead into the wildlife refuge and start there and spread out. Because if you're kidnapping multiple people, you're going to have some kind of vehicle to pilot them in. Because no matter how strong you are, at some point trying to carry enough human bodies, you're going to end up dropping one, and that would be a waste of resources and time. You just throw them all in a van instead.
All right, if you pull up, if you're looking for roads, you pull up the map. Like I said, the Fish and Wildlife guys have a facility, a little office there.
Yeah, which basically means that entire kind of almost square at the top of that section there is too close to where a lot of people will congregate to want to have a secret base. Because that's where the office is. That's where people go to discuss things and talk. It will have fairly consistent traffic. So cut that. So that section's cut out from checking. Is that green? Is that like a wildlife trail? The green dots?
Yes, those are known mapped out trails.
Then yeah, it's basically just gonna be checking this. Well, there's another wildlife trail this bottom half as well.
Yep, I hadn't noticed that one.
Yeah.
Let me move him out of the way slightly. But if you check maps and stuff, like with Novice at City Hall or whatever, you do see this old road. It's on some of the older maps. It is not on some of the newer maps.
Sounds suspicious.
A road that technically no longer exists. Yeah, let's go ahead and track that down.
Now on the map that has got it, you had the Fish and Wildlife office or headquarters, whatever you want to call it, was kind of at the end of the road, deeper in the refuge. The facility up here was built in like the late 90s, which is about the time that road drops off the maps.
Noted. All right. That is the only abandoned cabin in the woods we know of, so let's check it first. And if it's not, then it'll just be the center point from which to span out and check other directions. You two okay with that?
I'm good with that plan.
Man, it's the only lead we.
Alright, so y'all move down here. We'll zoom in the map a little more. Alright, so we're all going to stop and ask the were you going to stop at the office and ask the Fish and Wildlife guys anything? Or had y'all just decided since the office was there, there's probably not going to be what we're looking for there?
Well, I mean, like, if the office is there, people will be there, and if people are there, you can hear people scream. Because oddly enough, when you kidnap someone, they don't like to stay quiet.
If we
Yeah.
And if we ask questions at the office, we may tip them off that we're on to this location if this is where we need to be.
All right, so y'all are just gonna check it out yourself. All right. You get down to where that old road is supposed to be, and there is a little pull off. There's a gate. There's a no trespassing sign, and the other side of the gate's kind of grown up, so you can't really see much until you, until you get out of your vehicle and check. Whoever's approaching the gate, give me an awareness roll.
I'll give that a whirl.
I do so enjoy these rolls.
Ooh, Tarkin coming in with the big numbers.
Good. Use those big numbers up now, not in the fight.
I rolled a 2, Jason.
Yeah,
if a 2 is the big number.
All right. Well, all of you beat. So the gate is, it's the typical sort of gate you'd have on like a pasture or something. It's big enough that you open it up, you can get a tractor or any street vehicle through without any trouble. And it looks like it's been here a while. It's a little rusty. But you notice some fairly new looking electronics on Not sitting out real noticeable. It looks like some kind of alarm will trigger if you opened it. You know, yeah, I mean, there's no
I
speakers
guess we
here,
should.
but it looks like something that detects kind of when the gate is open.
Probably try to disarm that.
Okay. Give me a. Let's see. For something like this, I guess it'd be probably intelligence and technology if you've got that, or some kind of subterfuge skill. Either one.
I have science and stealth.
Which would be better? I guess with you, just go with straight intelligence then, because neither one of those is exactly what.
What's your intelligence?
5. Oh,
Okay,
rolled an
those are
11.
All right. And the difficulty was a 9. Okay, so you managed to get it
Come on, buddy.
disarmed. Basically, it's like a magnet, so it detects when the magnets aren't lined up with each other. So you just detach the part that's on the actual swinging part of the gate. You just kind of detach that and leave it stuck to the, stuck to the little pad. Then you swing the gate open, kind of to pull it backwards. And it creaks and stuff, but you're quite confident you didn't set off any electronic alarm.
Wow, they really skimped on the security for this gate.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even electrified.
No lasers, no trip mines, no nothing.
No electronic eye.
Expecting, like, at least a bear trap. You ever got your leg stuck in a bear trap? Those things hurt like hell.
So anyway, y'all pull y'all's. What are y'all driving anyway?
That's a good question.
Well, you gotta ask that kind of question. I'm sure we have some kind of licensed vehicle.
We'll just say an SUV or something then.
It's a blue Ford Focus.
Whatever
Like
S.P.E.A.R felt like renting me for the day. It's like, it's government money. I didn't care what I got. I just got something that runs.
Anyway,
We rented a Gremlin.
there you
Broke
go.
down 3 times on the way here.
Anyway, so y'all pull through the brush. And it's really thick for about the first 6 feet. And then once you get past there, the trail's pretty well open. It was a gravel road. It's pretty grown up, but you can tell it's seen some use lately. You know, it's grown up, but you can see ruts where something, probably a van, just by how wide the wheelbase is, has crushed down some of the growth. The land around you looks kind of swampy and boggy. From your research, you know, most of the refuge is kind of wetlands. You can see where the gravel road was on an area they had clearly built up when they made the thing. But you drive down for a while as it kind of weaves through the refuge. Eventually you get where you see the old the old office in the distance.
I hope it looks like the Hall of Doom.
No. It's got big windows, though admittedly I think the Hall of Doom had big windows. But anyway. But no, it's very square and kind of flat, and you got these like overhanging bits on the front end with like supports coming out the side at an angle to kind of prop it up. It's got kind of a 70s vibe to it. Somebody was trying to do something neat, but they were doing it in the 70s, so. However, it does not look as run down as it ought to. There's some new fencing up around it. There's a vehicle parked out front. Just a four-door sedan with tinted windows. Kind of a dark gray. You can see some cameras mounted on the outside.
Well, it looks like security's better here than it was at the gate.
Yeah, see, this is a little bit less than.
Oh, you're saying that?
Yeah, see, this is a little bit less insulting. A little.
Now, it is getting about dark by the time y'all got there.
Well, I think I just want to send some copies out to, let them ghost and see as much as they can see while invisible.
All right, so you're sending a couple of your dupes out?
Yep.
All right, they zip
And let
out,
them project and see if they run into anything.
They map out the fence and kind of where the cameras are without any trouble. When they try to enter the building itself, they hit that barrier again.
Oh, okay.
This is the place.
Yep, this is the place. All right.
I don't
Go ahead
suppose we
and-
want to just walk in the front door.
Well, I'll have a fan out of copies project to kind of get like a sense of how large this area is that's barriered.
It seems to just be the building itself.
All right, then obviously I'll make 4. I'll get 4 members popped out and let them just naturally fly up above where the cameras can't see to watch each side of the building.
Okay.
Then I will turn to Toss and Bogeyman. Are you two afraid of losing a fight?
Heck no.
I mean, I don't want to, but if it's the difference between somebody walking away alive and somebody not.
Well, I mean, we are about to dive into a building that should be abandoned that has security cameras and a barrier that doesn't allow projections inside. This is probably where our mucked up genetic problems are. So there's clearly going to be a fight. The question is whether or not we need to strategize a fight or we can just walk in and beat ass. Because there are times when just walking in and beating things is the best option.
Toss up, you're an old pro. What do you think?
My first instinct would be to find a way to sneak in. how well is this place covered with the cameras? And is there another way in besides the front door that seems accessible?
There's a front door, like normal people would go into. There's a roll-up door, kind of on the to the side of the front of the building. It's got like a little loading dock looking thing. Or no, excuse me. It looks like you'd pull a vehicle into it when the door was up. My bad. I was forgetting how I described it last time. Along the fence on the outside, there's cameras about every 50 feet or so. There's another big roll-up door in the back.
Any doors are going to be watched by cameras, so if we're going to do that, we might as well just go in the front door. But is there any place like access on the ceiling or something that looks like we could get to without being seen by cameras?
There is one kind of small window. I mean, it's still kind of up on the wall, up close to the ceiling on one side. That looks like it would be in a blind spot to the cameras. Most of the cameras are turned looking outside anyway, but you've got a couple that rotate, looking inside. But yeah, you think this little window's in a blind spot. Now it looks like a solid sheet of glass, so you'd have to have some way to cut the glass or just bust it in or something.
I bet Unison or Bogeyman could bust it in. Do y'all want to try that? It's no guarantee that we won't have to just walk straight into a fight anyway, but
I could probably cook up a solvent to melt through the glass if I need to. Or at least the frame containing the glass.
let's give it a shot.
All right. While y'all doing that, inside, anyone they have with the dinner meal or the evening meal, they bring it in. And it's hot dogs and canned beans, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just nothing fancy, nothing expensive. Just something, it's like somebody went down to the grocery store and just bought whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody gets a paper plate full. When they bring that in, Black Dragon comes in with a woman, tosses her in one of the cells. They leave her food in there with her, but she doesn't seem to make any move to get up and get to it. After they're gone, Danny lets you know, hey, they took her this morning.
Ah, how's she look?
Like they always do when they come back, like they're just wore out and sick. They always leave them food, but the couple of folks I've seen them bring back, didn't bother to eat anything.
Mm-hmm. Is it possible from just observing from the other side of the hallway what kind of experimentation they'd undergone?
Not really. She's wearing basically like a hospital gown kind of thing. Though this one does close up in the back, so it's a little different. But definitely not the clothes she was brought in with. Her head has been shaved. Which Danny tells you that's not unusual. They seems like something they do. But you don't see any obvious physical trauma. It doesn't look like she's been beat up particularly, or any, scars or bandaged up incisions or anything like that.
So what
Let's see.
happens to them after they bring them back? Do they turn into lizards?
Well, Danny had already mentioned that, anytime they bring somebody back, they take them again the next morning.
They never come back twice.
Yeah, he's never seen anybody come back twice, and the guy he talked to when he first got here had never seen anybody come back twice. But Danny had only been here 4 days, and the other guy had only been there 3 days before Danny, so.
I wonder if talking across the highway would attract the doggos too much. I may try. I'll just. What happens if I just like walk up and kind of lead on my side of the bars?
The guard critters, both of them walk up and kind of growl and kind of snap their jaws at you.
So okay. So I doubt that. Yeah, I doubt that I'm going to be able to communicate with her from here. So, I wonder if there's. This might be as good a time as any to try to pull the trick. Because I would like to try to get across and just to find out what's going on. So I'm going to go ahead and try to do the whammy.
Okay.
Going to activate my. Actually, I still haven't named whatever, but I guess let's just call it my image array, for lack of a better term. And I'm going to try to stunt it and see if the illusion can cover appearance or visual as well as olfactory senses. So how now is that basically a power stunt off images?
Let's see. Let me look up images. Or images. Right. All right, so yes, I would power stunt off of images.
So I'll be tapping. I could be anyone for the quality.
Okay.
So that takes me down to. That's not right. Why is my starting determination 6? It should be 5 because I've got 1 power, right? Because it's 6 minus the number of powers you have.
Yeah.
Unless I didn't take any. No, I wouldn't have started. Yeah. So now I'm down to 4. Tagging, I could be anyone.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if you might have earned. Wait, it wouldn't go to your starting though.
Yeah. Yeah. Not unless the big whammy tier of advancements.
Yeah.
That's the only way you can boost your starting determination, and I've definitely haven't done that with this character.
No, you haven't played him enough. All right, so you try to activate that, and that's going to be an awareness versus illusion test.
Okay, so
you roll with your illusion, and the creatures will roll. Let's see, their awareness.
So no key attribute, but I'm adding a 6 for the power bonus.
Right.
Okay, I've generated a 10.
The creatures have a fair. They got an 8, so that is a success for you.
Okay. So as I turn into the black dragon, how do they react to me? Are they still snapping are they still hostile as I'm remaining right up at my bars?
When your form changes, they both kind of take a couple steps back and look at.
Mm-hmm.
And first one of them, and then the other one come up, and they're sniffing.
Don't bite my hand. Don't bite my hand off. Don't bite my hand off.
Now, when he's coming in the room, you've seen him kind of pat him on the head. Not quite petting, but just kind of pat him on the head. Like you, kind of a little rough, like you might a big dog.
Yeah, sure.
It's like aggressive affection.
Mm-hmm. Just like Curtis.
So do you reach out and touch him?
Yeah, I'll try to pull that same move. See if I get my hand back.
Like I said, they're a little leery at first because something weird just happened, but yeah, they calm down. You pat them a couple times, and they wander off.
Okay. Well, that's step one. How's Danny reacting to this? I wink at him in case he's freaked out.
That might freak him out more.
He has pushed himself up against the back wall.
Right. So, yeah, I'll just give him a wink, and I'm going to see if I can. I guess the next step is to see if I can pick the lock. And would that be another espionage thing?
I believe it would definitely fall under espionage. It might fall under stealth as well, but yeah, for you, I would go with espionage.
Okay. Is that intellect plus espionage or something else? Coordination or whatever?
Good old-fashioned lock picking might be your coordination.
Okay, let me add another role description for that. Coordination +3, because I am a master of espionage. Oop, wait, no. Wrong button. Okay, here we go. Hey, generated a 12.
Let's see. I'm just double checking the what does come with espionage.
I've got to remember I could power stunt espionage and deception too, because I'm masters of both. Got to remember that. I still have to tag quality though, right?
To power
like
stunt, yes.
Yeah, because that's effectively my power, and I still have to tag quality. Okay.
That's weird. I'm not seeing espionage in here.
Oh, that's an Origins thing.
Oh, okay. I've got Origins right here somewhere.
Yeah, if that's okay to use that.
Oh yeah. All right. Let me roll a difficulty. Yeah, these are not particularly good locks.
Okay.
Clearly, they're counting on the fact that the people they're grabbing aren't likely to have lock picks on
them.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And while they did pat you down, it was the guys in the van, and it was just a real quick, make sure you didn't have a knife on you kind of thing.
Yeah. I am going to step out and see if I can pick the lock of the lady's cell. So I'd like to.
Yeah, we're just gonna go. We'll just use the same rolls you did because they're all the same kind of lock. So.
Gotcha.
So yeah, you walk up there, pops it right open.
Okay, I'm going to just gently approach.
She rolls over just enough to see you.
Well, that's right. She hasn't seen. She did. Did she see me transform or?
Mm-mm. She was
okay.
She was laid down with her back to the doorway. As soon as they got her in the cell, she just laid down.
Okay. Well, I think this might be the time to. Yeah, if I can just quickly enter the cell and then drop the disguise as soon as I'm on the other side of the bar. Actually, yeah. And I'll just say, look, don't worry. It's an image ray. I'm not what I look like, and then I'll go back to the Kyle appearance.
Oh, I'm seeing things.
I'm here to get us out. But I need to know what happened when they took you.
They put me in some kind of tank, and I don't know. They dumped stuff in that would change the color of the. I don't think it was water. It was something kind of oily. They had a mask on my face where I could still breathe. And they'd shine lights on me, and sometimes they'd point these things at me, and I never saw the thing do anything. And that nut job doctor would just walk back and forth, look at different equipment, sounding all excited.
And you weren't instructed with anything?
No, like I said, sometimes the stuff they put in the water kind of burned, a little bit. And sometimes the machines they point at, just like you could feel it warming the water up or something. One of them, you ever got an X-ray at a dentist when they have the big thing they
Sure.
pull down the arm? There were some things like that. So I don't know if they were X-raying me while I was in there, or it was some kind of mad scientist BS kind of stuff. I don't know what they were doing.
Is there any way I could tell, even if I'm just doing a straight intellect roll, whether she's been endowed with any kind of superpowers that she just hasn't activated yet?
No.
Okay.
Up close, she looks pale. I mean, you didn't know what she looked like before, but she looks unhealthily pale. Got bags up under her eyes. Like I said, her head's shaved, which doesn't make her look any healthier. But and just the way she moves, it's like you were visiting somebody that was sick and just feeling weak. She looked alarmed when you walked in, looking like Black Dragon, but but she just kind of half-heartedly kind of tried to scoot away a little bit. From across, basically like one cell across the hall and one cell down, there's a guy at his bars looking at you.
Right. All right. I don't want to linger too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into Black Dragon mode.
Okay.
I'll step out, and I'm going to see if I can issue a command to the doggos. And I'll try to do my best impersonation of the Black Dragon from the little exposure I've had to him. And with confidence and verve, I'm going to kind of like gesture to order the doggos to basically move to the other side of the corridor, or to the other end of the corridor, whichever to the entrance, whichever way we're taken to, from the main area to here. And do they respond?
Give me willpower.
Okay. Given that I have no animal handling and not an awesome willpower, this might be time to. Yeah, I might want to.
Might be something to invest in, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna once again tag the I could be anyone, just to give myself a +2 to this thing.
Okay.
So -whirl 1d6 plus willpower +2 +4 +2. Oops. Equals. Okay.
And 7 was the number to beat. So you just kind of snap your fingers there.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't jump to it like they're in any real hurry, but they get up and they trot over to where they gestured. So clearly they've had some mild amount of training at least.
That's good. I'm gonna go ahead and pick everyone else's locks and just say, all right, we're getting out of here.
The guy that was watching, he'd clearly seen you reveal yourself to the
lady. What's her name? I would have asked her name.
Oh, let's see. What's a good name? Annette. Like I said, one of the other prisoners clearly saw you reveal yourself to her. He's all excited. You know, he's looking at the dogs, or I keep calling them dogs. He looked at the things, but he looks really excited when you come over there to start unlocking his door.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, are you some kind of superhero or something?
I'm not anyone special. That's what I say.
Yeah, okay. Secret's safe with me, as long as you can get us out of here.
Yeah. Now here's the part where I have to figure out what am I gonna do from here. I think. Well, I guess I'm gonna push. I want to find out if I need to like do a check with every command, or if the dogs are just gonna, or if the doggos are just gonna keep following my lead. I'll kind of like I'll tell everyone to follow me, and then I'll go back towards where we were brought in, which is where the doggos are currently.
Mm-hmm. The doggos kind of stand up there at attention when they see everybody else.
Okay.
But you're right. But you're right there in front, so they're not attacking.
Yeah, that's good. What would be the command just to tell them to like, just to like, I'll just kind of like gesture like saying like, okay, you go that way, take, basically I want, or command them to take the lead and kind of like guide us throughout here, guide our way out of here.
All right, give me another willpower roll.
Ah, shoot, it's gonna be one every time.
It's
okay.
Well, anytime you try a new order, it's going to be are they understanding what you're trying to get across, and have they been that well trained?
Gotcha. I don't want to burn too much determination. But at the same time, this is kind of this could be the one that gets us out of here. Yeah, I'll still have 2 more. Plus, I can always take on trouble if I need more determination.
Mm-hmm.
Never shy from saying determination. That's my motto. So I'll go ahead and give myself another +2.
All right. 9 is the number to beat.
All right. Even better.
Yeah. So you open the door and kind of gesture them out.
Yeah.
They get kind of excited.
Yeah, they're going for walkies. Sure.
They step out. They start sniffing everything. Really gives you the impression they're not let out very often.
That's true. Oh, that's true. Yeah, so I'm gonna do. If I could remember the way out of here, like how much of that would I be cognizant of?
They had pulled your mask off, I think, when you got here.
So I have to do my best guesstimate.
Or did they not pull it off till you got to the cell? I'm trying to remember.
I think I was. I feel like I was. They removed it before I got to the cell.
That's right. It was after you were in the building and the rolling door was shut, though. So you have no idea necessarily where the building is, other than you were guessing probably the wildlife refuge.
Yes.
Because you were keeping up with the turns they made and stuff.
Yeah.
So you're fairly certain that you could walk back to that loading bay anyway.
Okay, that's good. We'll see if I encounter any guards. That's where the real test comes in.
Now Annette is having a hard time keeping up.
Oh right.
Danny and the other guy Ben.
Mm-hmm.
They've kind of got her. Each one of them's got her about an arm.
That's good.
Though Danny's like, man, if we got to run, we're not going to be able to.
Well, yeah.
I mean, if we got a visitor, I mean, if they've got their van here or something that we can steal,
That's what I'm hoping for. Yeah, hope if we can make it all the way to the loading bay, I'll see if I can hotwire a van and drive us away. If we encounter guards along the way, we'll see if I can give one more order to the doggos and see how much loyalty I can inspire from them. Because if we can't do that, then I'm not much of a fighter. And then I'm gonna have to like count on a well-timed appearance by our other heroes to save my fat, get my fat out of the fire.
So as you're walking through the facility, you hear some machinery going and somebody talking a few doors down. Sounds like they're doing. It sounds like they're muttering to themselves while they work. Down closer to where y'all are headed, you see some lights on in one of the side rooms, and you hear a TV playing.
As much as I really want to find out more about what's going on here, I feel obligated to get these people to safety before. If I'm really good, I'm hoping to get them out and then disguise myself as a guard and come back in for double dip and really push my luck. But for now, I will try to steer clear of all the noises I hear. Did the dogs make noise? I know they growled like a crocodile before in the last issue. Or an alligator, probably.
Like I said, they did that growl when you stood up and got by the gate and snapped their jaws at you. But
gotcha. Yeah.
Just walking down the hallway, they don't seem to have like a happy noise they make.
They don't purr or anything like that.
You can hear their claws on the ground.
Oh, they need to be clipped. Oh, they're not taking good care of these people. Someone needs some grooming.
But other than that, they're pretty quiet.
Okay.
Now, cutting back to the outside, I believe y'all were going to approach that window that had that was in the blind spot.
Yes, we were.
Yeah. All right. So whoever's getting up to the window, give me stealth checks, which will be your coordination and stealth if you've got it. All right. Y'all all managed to get up there. And Boogeyman was going to do something to the window.
Attempt to make a solvent.
All right. Using your gadget power?
Yeah.
So describe what the rest of the guys are seeing you do as you're doing this.
Basically, they'll see me just kind of tap at the glass, tap at the pane, go through, then start going through my belt, taking out various little packets of chemicals, metals, a whole wide range of little potential ingredients. No, not this, not this. Putting stuff back, taking stuff back out, then getting out a plastic egg and start mixing up what I think will probably do the job. It's basically pouring everything in there and giving a good shake.
All right. So it takes you around. To activate gadget takes you around, which we're not in combat.
Off will be like, plastic egg. That's cute.
Oh, they're cheap and I can get them in bulk.
You can stock up on them after Easter every year. Now, is there a roll for gadget, or it just takes that time?
Pretty sure it's a roll. It's intellect.
All right. That's right, because it works about like magic.
Yeah.
Mechanically, anyway.
Got a 13.
All right, and the power you're trying to do would be... Let's see.
I'm embarrassed that his gadgeteering is higher than toss-ups.
What?
Mine is 5.
Oh, well then they're equal. Toss-up can cheat, though. He's a cheater.
I wouldn't display that too proudly. What do you do better than other people? I cheat.
All right, against the desired
call
power
him-
level.
They call him the Pumpkin Eater.
Let's
So-
go with 5.
All right, so You rolled a 13. The difficulty will be a 6, apparently. Alright, so you definitely get a pretty stout solvent. Something specifically made to affect glass and not plastic Easter eggs, apparently. That or you pour it out very quickly, one or the other.
I probably actually just set it on the window pane and let it melt through the bubble and onto the window.
Alright, so let's see. Alright, you got a massive success. So I'm treating it like the affliction power, essentially. So yeah, the window definitely does not have 5 points of stamina. So yeah, you pour it on the glass, and the glass just starts kind of melting away.
We're all pretty well covered up, but I think it goes without saying, do not get that on your skin.
Yeah, it's not doing nice things to the wooden frame around the window either. Not doing much to the cinder blocks though. So, but you have silently taken out a window, and can now easily boost yourself up through the opening. Those of you who can't fly.
Then let's go.
All right, you climb through without too much issue. I mean, you're all superheroes. You should be able to handle climbing through a window. The window opened up into a little break room, cafeteria-like area. It's dark right now. From what you can see from the light coming through the window, because the sun hasn't quite set yet, it doesn't look like it's seen any use lately. The chairs are actually still stacked on top of the tables.
Well, that's because, on villain bases, they don't let them actually take breaks.
Yeah, the villain minions really need to unionize. Ooh, but can you imagine the union busting tactics a villain would use? It'd be nasty. So y'all all get inside without any trouble.
So what do we see?
Looks like an old break room with the tables, lit chairs on top of the tables.
Take a look out in the hall.
All right, so
Does
you
it look
crack...
like it's been used
No, it does not look
recently?
like it's been used
They're
lately.
okay, so
So Toss-Up cracks the door open, looks out in the hallway. I'm going to roll a d6, Toss-Up. Call it even or odd.
Even.
It is even. The door opens silently. You can hear a little noise out elsewhere in the facility. Somebody's got a TV on somewhere. And there's the lights in the hallway are turned off, but there's still some light from some of these other rooms. Give me an awareness check right quick.
Squad awareness or just him?
Just him. He's right at the door peeking through.
Okay.
Unless y'all are all in the door, Scooby-Doo style, with the head stacked up.
Probably not.
I played some Icon games that were like that. Zoinks!
Yeah, I'm playing in a Call of Cthulhu game, and one of the guys was mad because the GM wouldn't let him, or keeper wouldn't let him play a dog. So I went, fine, I'll take the movie star. Okay. So now he's an adult film star. He doesn't really, well, I won't say he doesn't get the Call of Cthulhu kind of style. He just doesn't care for it, so yeah. He tends to be our comic relief. But he's also got all the skills to be the face man, so he's always the one talking to people. All right.
That sounds amazing.
All right. So you don't see anybody in the hallway.
Okay, guys, coast is clear. Or not.
So Toss-Up assumes the coast is clear. What does he do?
I'm gonna step out of the hall and see which direction looks more promising to investigate.
You step out. To the right, you should be heading towards the front of the building. The hallway looks clear. You see light coming from another room down there, and that's clearly the direction that you were hearing the TV from.
Okay. I think that's the direction. Assuming I'm not getting ahead of you, that's we should probably go.
But anyway, you glance to the left, however.
Oh, I'm in a way.
And coming around the corner, you see two four-legged quasi-reptilian creatures. Their skin makes you think lizard, but their legs are up under them. Much more like a mammal would be. Though you have seen alligators do the high walk occasionally. They're capable of it. But they've got, rounder faces than like an alligator. Did I describe them as having manes last time?
I don't recall anything about a
mane.
mane.
If I gave a thorough description of them or not.
Dog-sized creatures, grows like alligator. Oh, no, that's black dragon.
Okay.
That's all I've got for the doggos.
But they got kind of a mane thing around their neck. It's dark. You can't tell if it's hair or feathers or what it is. You also see a very reptilian-looking sort of man standing behind them.
Attack! Kill him now!
And there's what did I say? 4 other prisoners total. So there's a handful of other people behind or coming up behind them. One is a very sick-looking lady that's kind of hanging between two of them. She's trying to walk. As soon as the two creatures in front see you, they start this alligator-like rumbling growl and take off towards you.
Do I recognize our heroes?
Well, Toss-Up's in costume, I'd assume.
Oh yeah, you guys
he's in
are famous. Yeah, you two would be famous. You're
Bogeyman. You might or might not, depending on how much research you've done on the city.
Mm-hmm. True. Yeah, he's
2 members of the premier superhero team in the country. Yes, you recognize him on sight.
Okay. Black Dragon is like, oh no, bad dog, no. Whenever he gets a chance, anyone will try to issue a down doggies order. Whenever he gets a chance.
Okay, let's go ahead and throw out initiative right quick. The doggos are definitely on the attack.
Neat. I got a 12.
I don't have an initiative roll.
I'm super ready for this fight.
Oh.
Yeah, it's coordination.
I got a
coordination
6.
roll. And if you've got military training, that factors in. All right, let's see. What are their coordinations? And I'm just going to roll 1 for the doggos. They'll go in the same round. All right. I'm going to throw everybody onto the map just for ease of the
Order keeper.
yeah.
Order tracker. Turn order. Forgot what it's called.
All right, let me clear off the last fight we had. Add a turn. Oh, that's a good mini for anyone. Toss up. And unison. Oh, and then I need something for the doggos. I have a good something if I can find it quickly enough. All right. So the doggos got a 9. What did Unison get? 12. Toss up got a 8. Anyone got a
6.
Nope. I was about to forget the Boogeyman, who also got a 6. All right. Top of the order is Unison. Unison, you are standing in the break room and you hear this weird rumble, sort of rumble from out in the hallway. Toss up's just stepped out. You see him look one way, you see him look the other way and look startled, and you hear a rumbling.
From my recollection, is Toss Up particularly physically hardy? Toss Up himself is free to answer.
Yeah, he's not bad. He's hard to hit. How about that? He's got.
But we're not talking about any super durability or anything.
Yeah, no, we're not.
Yeah, then I'll make a move to get out and in front of Toss Up to defend him.
All right.
You know, I'll pop out in front of him and then pop a copy and be ready to take a hit.
So you jump out in front of Toss Up, and then one of your copies appears in front of you?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. From down in the room with the TV, where the TV is playing, you hear a chair scoot like somebody was standing up quick. And you hear this gruff voice that anyone, you recognize it as Black Dragon's voice.
The real Black Dragon. Okay.
The crap? Who let the Gorgos out? As that deep rumble kind of carries. But he won't actually get involved in anything until next round. Next up are the recently dubbed Gorgos. They seem surprised when another man comes running out of the break room. And then another man appears in front of him. Which dupe appears in front of Unit?
Let's go ahead and get night shift since it's dark.
Alright, so the first Gorgo just dives at night shift. Jaw snaps wide open. It's not saber-toothed by any means, but there are very pronounced canines. Though, truthfully, they look like all the rest of the teeth. They're just a bigger ones about where the canines would be on any local critter. But it jumps at him kind of wolf-like. Like it's kind of aiming for the throat or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be a prowess of 4 plus 4. So 8 is the number to beat.
Rolled 7.
Alright. Well, it doesn't get your throat, but it does kind of, as you're trying to fend it off, it bites down on one of your arms. Doing 3 points of damage.
Alright, that'll hold off by the carapace that I have.
But that does degrade over time, does it? Or did you get rid of that?
Yeah. So night shift's carapace is down to 4.
Okay. The other one moves past Nightshade and goes after Unit.
Alright.
These two get along, but they're not exactly pack animals. 7 is the number to beat.
Rolled 11.
Yeah, you saw how the first one attacked, so you were kind of ready when the next one did to kind of slap it on the side of the head and knock it out of the way. Toss up.
I don't really want to hurt the dog or the Gorgos, but I ought to be close enough. I can take a swing at the one that attacked Unison, right?
Yes, you're close enough. You could take an attack on either one of them, truthfully.
I'll go ahead and I'll just throw a punch at him.
Okay.
Trying to decide if I want to use my luck or not. I'll hold off another round before I use it. Probably a bad choice.
That is a tie. So you do you make contact. You do half damage. What is your strength?
I think it's 4. Let me double check. Yeah, it's 4.
Okay. So it does 2 points of damage to him. We'll say the one you hit is number 1. So you did 2 damage to it.
I need to whip up another set of stun brass knuckles.
So you punch it, and it's got tough, leathery skin. It does not have the it doesn't have the kind of almost armor that alligators have. It's more like a monitored lizard or something like that, where it's just scaled.
So it's got some protection.
Just a thick hide, like I said, not armored up like an alligator. Anyone?
So I think I'm just going to tell my buddies, let's or at least or my fellow prisoners, just make a run for it and and just like try to just like run as fast as we can through the to our original destination, the loading bay.
All right, so y'all just kind of bypass them and start moving past the fight.
Yes.
Ben's like, "Hey, I recognize those guys. Were you on their team?"
And actually, that is more not exactly. We're actually this is more of a surprise, honestly.
Did he say that in his normal voice?
Um,
Or does he still sound like Black Dragon?
I'll probably still sound like Black Dragon. Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, no one's tried to attack me yet, but well, I guess we'll find out. If you guys just nuke us from orbit, because it's the safest way to be sure.
At a glance, you would think you figure the people behind him are some of the homeless. Like I said, the one lady looks sick, but she seems to be trying to move the same direction they are. You know, it's not like she's resisting. It's like the two guys that have her are helping her along. So yeah, they just get to the far side of the hallway and walk past y'all while y'all are fighting the Gorgos. Do you try to call the Gorgos off?
Oh yeah, I think that's right. I did say I was going to try to issue a down doggy order. So if I have to stop running to focus on that, I'll do that and let the.
Well, you can still move and do that.
Okay. Yeah, I'll retaining my Black Dragon voice, I will try to command down, and I give them the proper name, the down Gorgos. And I'll make the same roll, but I'm not gonna spend a determination this time, just in case.
Okay.
Plus, it's kind of funny if they keep attacking the heroes. It's a little funny to me as a player, not as a character, of course. Again, that was that just a straight willpower roll?
Yes.
7 I've generated. Are we still going with that 9 from before?
No, they're getting a roll because they have a slight bonus this go around.
Yeah.
Give yourself a determination point as their bloodthirsty quality kicks in because they're in a fight.
Okay.
If you'd managed to go before any of them took a hit, I wouldn't have given it to them. But one of them's taking a hit. No, they're out for blood now. Boogeyman. You hear this commotion going on outside. You hear this conversation.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to step out into the hall and take a swing at one of the dogs.
That's right. You got your baseball bat. All right. And prowess.
Bringing it down like a hat.
And you connect. How much damage do you do with your baseball bat?
+1, so 4 max.
Okay.
So I think I'd be doing 2 damage.
Well, no. Toss-up's damage got half because they tied the roll.
Okay.
You actually beat him, so you're doing full damage.
Okay.
Yep, and the Gorgo that's on unit, or on toss-up rather. Hold up. Hang on a second. Let me think about what the lineup in the hallway is. There's toss-up, unit, night watch. Both of them have a doggo. So yeah, it's been the same one that toss-up hit. So yeah. So that doggo or that Gorgo goes down. That rumbling growl just kind of cuts off and it's kind of a and it just hits the ground and rolls over.
Just give another couple more smacks just to be sure.
Yeah.
Seems kind of cruel, but all right, it's definitely unconscious.
He is the boogeyman.
Well, and this is a
Oh,
fairly.
I'm sorry.
fearsome
Have you
looking
been
monster.
mauled by a dog before? Let alone what that thing is. Just shake my bat at it.
It's still breathing, so he didn't kill it, but
I feel kind of bad fighting these creatures.
they're vile, unnatural beings. At least you assume.
They were trained to act like this.
Really,
It's
it's
not
the
their
people that
fault.
train them that you should be beating up.
Pretty much.
I think we'll get a chance.
Unison.
So which one of me still has a dog on him?
Night Watch.
All right. Well, night shift will go ahead and just
Or shift, yeah.
immediately.
Wait, there's
Just,
a night watch and a night shift.
no, he's saying night watch.
Oh,
The
okay.
name is night shift.
Gotcha.
I
But
got
it's
the night part right.
it was 6 characters at once. I don't complain too much that he forgets their names. But yeah, night shift will go ahead and pop a telekinetic blast
Okay.
on the doggy attached to him.
As a ranged one, so they'll use their coordination. Which is the same as the prowess, so it doesn't make much difference. I think I rolled... Yeah, I rolled one lower on their stat than I should have for the last one.
Ah.
But anyway, you make contact, so how much damage do you do?
6.
Ooh. For some reason I was thinking you did 5.
Used to.
So yeah, it just kind of... You blast it, it kind of yelps. Well, no, it doesn't make that noise. That's a dog. That's an actual dog noise. There's kind of a hissing, exhaling kind of thing. And you actually knock it up into the air, and it kind of half curls up, and it seems to be unconscious by when it hits the ground.
Unit will look at what appears to be the black dragon that I don't know is called black dragon. You're trying to get people out and you just try to call off the dogs from hitting people that you know aren't supposed to be in here. What's going on?
I just say I've been working undercover to find the missing to solve the local disappearances. He just blurted that out real quickly. Speaking of which, and then he points towards the people who are running away.
Yeah, I've got 4 copies outside to make sure no one hits them.
Oh,
You're
copies? All right.
the person that kidnapped them.
Oh, right. Well, I guess since the real Black Dragon's here, I'll just go ahead and
Okay, you're a fake. Got it. Makes a lot more sense now.
yeah, I'll go ahead and change back to Kyle. Imagery.
Next up is the OG Black Dragon, who steps out of the whatever room that was in, the room the TV was in. He steps out. He sees all the people trying to get to the front door. He starts to scream at them. They all kind of cower back. And then he sees the rest of y'all and the knocked out Gorgos. And he reaches over to the wall and flips down the fire alarm.
Wow.
Klaxons start going off. And then he just bellows, we've got heroes. Everybody that can pack a gun, get out of here.
lord, it's like you want to make the choice that has me beat you up. You could have just gone back in and watched television and nothing would have happened to you.
But
As you're saying that,
no.
you hear him go, harking up this, sounds like a huge loogie that he then spits in. Well, you were the one talking, he spits in your direction.
That's just rude.
Is this Snapdragon's dad? Daddy, is that you?
And there's this big glob of something just goes spewing out of his mouth. Let's see, what's his coordination? Specialties. Alright, acid spit. Alright, so this is coming straight at unison. Or specifically unit, if you were the one talking.
All right. Oh, wait, sorry. Coordination, not prowess. That'll be a 7.
Okay. Alright, so it's a solid hit. The acid splashes across you, 6 points of damage.
All right, Carapace takes most of that, but I'll still take 1 point.
So yeah, it starts burning part of your suit. Let me see.
Yeah, I make a gesture of slowly wiping it off. Was is that it?
Hang on, let me he's got a limit on there, I gotta look up.
No.
0. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. So yeah, when you ask him if that's all he's got, he just smiles at you and shakes his head no and starts towards y'all. And that's his round. Then it's the Gorgos, but they're all out. Toss up.
Okay. I am going to. What am I gonna do? I think it's time to kick some Slee Stack butt.
I don't know, were they lizards or bugs?
I thought they were
I
lizards.
think they were lizards.
Yeah, they had big bug eyes, and
They did have big
there
bug
was
eyes.
always spider webs around where they were hibernating. Trick was they were aliens, so who knows what they were, but except in the remake, then they were just dinosaur people.
Man, now I want to play Hollow Earth Adventure.
Yeah, but Land of the Lost wasn't a Hollow Earth situation. It was like a pocket dimension animal preserve.
Yeah. God,
true,
that was
that's
a weird show.
It was. It would get super dark for a kid's show, and the
That's
sci-fi
what I've
elements
heard.
took some. You know, it was
There was effort put into it.
yeah,
I
it really was.
respect it.
As opposed to HR Puffin stuff, where I think they just did some drugs before they sat down to write it.
Like every other Sid and Marty Krofft show.
Like I said, Land of the Lost had some weird ideals, but everything was pretty well plotted out, and it's like some actual thought went into it.
Okay, I am going to throw a punch at Lizard Dude,
Okay.
and I am going to use my luck to increase my damage.
Okay, so you're increasing the effect.
Not the hit.
Right. The effect, not the effort. So yeah, he'd sort of run down the hall at y'all, so you run down the hall at him.
Did it?
Let's see, this is his prowess. Was that 10 you?
Yes.
Well, he got an 8, so that wasn't too bad. But still, you got a solid hit on him, so...
Yeah. And my strength is 4, so that'll bring it up to 6.
5, remember, if you do effort, it's only a +1.
Oh, my bad.
Well, we did it wrong for like a year, so... Alright, so...
As simple as icons is, you would think could get the rules right every time, but nope.
Maybe if it was the only
There's
system
no-
I was playing, but I'm playing like 3 or 4 different systems at a time.
Well, I mean, it's pretty much the only system I play, but I still screw up all the time. It's like, wow.
We're people. We make mistakes.
Alright, so you said that did. So that did 5 damage. So yeah, you slip past, his outstretched hands and just rock him right in the lower jaw. He staggers back. He doesn't go down, but he shakes his head. His eyes kind of roll around for a second, and then they focus back on you. But then he starts laughing and sticks his tongue out at you, and when he sticks his tongue out, it forks at the end.
Nice.
Anyone, you're up.
All right. I'd like to keep focused on the rescue
Okay.
mission, since finding. Yeah. And I want to retain the Black Dragon. I'm going to switch back to Black Dragon mode in case I run into any of the other minions. I'm going to ask if I'm going to check to see if Danny would be up for driving out of here. Because ideally, I'd like to stay behind and do what I can to help finish the fight once I feel like there's a decent chance that they can be safe.
Danny's like, yeah, man. I mean, I haven't driven in the last couple of years, but I mean, it's not.
Oh, that's right. I keep. Oh, yeah.
He goes, yeah, but I know how.
Okay. Cool. Have we seen any of the other guards yet?
Not yet. They'll start showing up next round.
Okay.
If you listen, you can hear people running in different parts of the facility. So. All right, so you're just kind of ushering everybody else. Because when they saw the real Black Dragon run out, they just crowded against the wall.
Sure.
But he actually ran past them a little bit to get up there with toss-up. So you kind of run up, go, 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 and you get them up and moving. Next round, y'all will be at the front door. Or the little loading bay area. Bogeyman.
I would like to burn a determination point to just have a stun gadget. Dazzle. Just,
like a homemade firework made out of a road flare or something. Just
yeah, like basically just a ball of mace. Throw at a Black Dragon.
Oh, okay. So it's not like flashing a light.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Dazzle
it's still having a blinding effect. Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna tap. Paid attention in high school chemistry like a nerd.
I'm just picturing you pulling out. It's another one of the plastic Easter eggs. He has them color coded.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
It
the blue
is
ones are the
exactly
mace, I think.
that.
Oh wait, no, the blue ones with the glitter. Oops.
Oh, glitter in the eyes sounds just as probably worse.
That does sound bad.
That's metal and it's never coming out. You know what? Sure, it's a ball of it's a little plastic Easter egg filled with glitter and paprika.
It hurts, and it shows me if they're invisible. All right, so it'll be a coordination roll to hit him with it because you're throwing it, I assume.
Yep.
All right, his coordination is that.
That does sound evil.
He is the boogeyman. All right, so 7 is the number to beat, Zach.
Ooh.
Roll to 1.
Oh.
All right, so you miss. It hits the wall, glitter on the wall, and the smell of paprika in the air.
Do I smell Rotel cheese dip?
Top of the order, Unison. You can now see some like regular goons with guns running up from further back in the hallway. Also, you out of the area where you heard somebody mumbling to themselves, you see a man in a lab coat step out.
Great.
A bulge up under one shoulder actually kind of flips up out of the coat, and a kind of targeting laser comes off the top, and it starts sighting in on people. You're well versed in villains. You know this is the Technomonger. When he steps out, you hear, "Heroes here? How?"
I forgot about
Your
the
business partner Shadow sold you out so that they won't go to jail?
I knew I couldn't trust them. But they offered me such a nice facility and weren't going to hold grudges about the products I'd stolen from their companies.
Good lord, I love being a filthy liar.
If I can get the villains to kill each other, then that's less work for me to do.
If I can just get them to admit that shit to the police, all the better. Oh, wait, I'm a police. My word is as good as gold in this shit.
All of y'all seem so happy with yourself that he stops. Wait a second. Were you bluffing? You have to tell me if you're bluffing.
Cops aren't allowed to lie.
No. I just love getting to beat up supervillains. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a weird black lizard man. Wait, hold up. Time out. Won't say it that way. I have a dragon to kill.
Well, as you know, as has been noted before, he's actually green, so you don't know where the name comes from.
Fair enough. So Night Shift will pop a shot at Black Dragon.
As he's shooting, you hear the doctor. Actually, I believe he's some sort of stem mammal rather than a lizard or reptile.
How stout is his coordination gonna be?
All right, you said he was popping a shot at Dragon?
The dragon.
Okay. That's his coordination. 9 is the number to beat. Oh, and you beat it. Okay.
Alright, so 6 damage.
6 damage. All right. We're up. All right.
Please tell me it's an effect.
You catch him just right in the face. He's fighting toss up. The doctor calls him a stem mammal. And he looks confused for a second. You catch him just right in the face. He goes flying back, hits the ground, just kind of lays there.
Oh, I thought he was going to be able to take more than that. Huh. And unit will pop a shot at a random gunman.
All right, give me a roll.
Solid rolls on the
Let's see.
Teleconnect Black tonight.
And thugs have a coordination of 2.
Oh.
And something I am going to try to help speed up combat is your just baseline mooks rather than roll. I'm just going to say they rolled a 3. Give them the average. should speed things up without really affecting, how effective they are or anything. So that essentially means they got a 5.
Yeah.
Though even if they'd rolled a dice and rolled max, it wouldn't have done them any good. And you're doing 6 points of damage a shot, so yeah, he goes down immediately.
He's just out.
At least I don't think thugs have. Yeah. Yep, that definitely takes him out. All right. And they will just be going at the end of the round. All right, so that was Unison. Black Dragon. Toss up. You saw his eyes roll back. You saw him hit the ground. And then you see his jaw pop back into place. His eyes roll back down. And he stands back up.
Jeez.
He still looks roughed up like he's been in a fight, but... but where your lick had that jaw swelling up, that looks about normal again. Let's see. And you're close by, so he's gonna step forward and try to punch toss up. 7's the number to beat. That will be your prowess.
Yeah, I can't use. You have to block, not dodge.
All right, you get out of the way of that. I mean, he swung in with a
Boy,
big old
slow
haymaker
to
that
roll.
you just dipped under. And he catches nothing but air. Let's see, Gorgos are out. Toss up. Oh yeah, I need to roll for the Technomonger, don't I?
I am going to do. I'll do a martial arts kick at him,
Okay.
and I'll use luck again for damage. I'll bet he's got regeneration or something.
All right. So your martial arts was a 12 versus his coordination or danger sense, but they're the same. So, though if they stack together, that would give him a +1 to the coordination effectively. So, roll a 5 instead of 4. All right. So we got a 9. So that's a major success because you beat him by 3.
So I
you
guess it's
do 4 points of damage.
5 because I'm doing the luck for
That's right.
the effect.
All right, so he came in, swung big, whiffed. You duck down under it, and then you just come up with a kick that actually lifts him up off the ground, and he hits the ground again and just lays there.
And stay down, Boots.
Okay. Let me roll quickly to see where the Technomonger should be going. Coordination 6. He has no military. Alright, so he's going on a 12. toss up. So, Boogeyman, you're up.
Well, Toss Up and Unit have Black Dragon kind of double teamed, so I think I'll lob a pepper ball at the Technomonger.
Okay.
Big bucks. Ooh, not great.
All right, so the number to beat is a 7 versus Technomonger's coordination.
Ooh.
He is a spry old guy. Well, I don't actually know that he's that old, but
Gotta work on my throwing off.
yeah, you arc that egg at him, he's just like. It's not like a skillful dodge like you've seen Toss Up do. It's literally like he kind of half crouches and throws his hands up in front of his face, like not in the face, and the egg arcs over him. It's more nerd reflex than like martial arts skill or anything.
Yeah.
All right, next up is anyone, but he just stepped away, so we'll go ahead and let the good old Technomonger go. Well, let's see. Boogeyman just threw something at him. So that little swiveling shoulder-mounted thing focuses on you, and you see the little red laser dot on your chest. And then you hear it's think about Iron Man's repulsors in the movies, how you have that whine that builds up, and then the energy releases. It's kind of like that. Shoulder-mounted energy cannon. That uses his coordination. So 12 is the number to beat.
That's a clean hit.
Alright, so it catches you pretty good. 11, 12, so it's just a regular old success. So yeah, you catch a big old ball of energy, just slaps you in the chest. It burns your leathers a little bit. And there's a lot of concussive force kind of trying to knock you back. But you keep your feet. Does 5 points of damage.
3 damage.
Yeah, I was thinking your leather's knocked off 1 or 2. We'll jump back up here for anyone.
Mm-hmm.
So this round, as y'all are moving forward, you manage to get to the doorway. Or get to the loading bay. You don't see the van.
No, of course.
But,
any vehicles?
From where you're at, you can see out the front window, there is a sedan sitting out there.
Okay. I'll, no guards yet?
Actually, there is a guard. Looks like he was running from a side room over here. He leveled a rifle at the lot of you.
Okay.
Ouch.
Yeah. Anyone will put on his best Black Dragon voice and say that S.P.E.A.R's here. S.P.E.A.R's here. What are you doing out here? S.P.E.A.R's inside.
All right, give me a willpower roll.
Okay. And I'll go ahead and blow a determination point on here. Once again, tagging. I could be anyone. I could be the Black Dragon.
He is
My
anyone.
willpower's not.
Okay, you only got to beat a 5.
All right, and I've done it by 3.
He's like, oh crap, what are we gonna do? Have they got the doctor already?
You're gonna run in there and get in the fight. I'm transferring the prisoners. It's the subjects.
Oh, okay. And he runs past you down the hallway.
Next, I'll just go ahead and pick the lock on the sedan and hotwire it.
Yeah, y'all get outside. The door to the sedan is not even locked.
Oh, excellent.
You do have
Wait,
a hot
wait.
wire though. He didn't leave the keys in the car or anything.
Is
Sure.
this outside?
Yeah, the sedan was parked outside in the front building.
Oh, is this your car?
No. When they pulled up, there was a gray 4-door sedan sitting in
that's
front of
right.
the building that they spotted.
No, but what I mean is my 4 copies outside that are hovering in the air can see this happening.
Yes. You'd see these guys run out, and you see the fake Black Dragon open the door and start hot wiring the car.
Yeah. Okay.
And he'll continue to do so unless said copies make their presence known. Because I feel like, I feel like the word copies might have thrown anyone because he doesn't know, like the public Unison story isn't about like copies. You're like a team of people as far as
The public knows they are all clones of the same hero.
Oh, okay.
They
is
know
the
that
official story.
every member of Unison is a clone of an undesignated hero.
I see. That's gonna be controversial. Well, anyway, we can worry about that later. Right. But I'll just continue taking care of the car unless you want to unless the copies announce themselves.
Well, I mean, okay. Well,
Or
that
unless
was your turn. You're hot wiring, right?
Yeah.
All right. Technomonger fired off his laser. Was that his turn?
Yes, that was his turn. It's now Unison's turn.
Yeah. The 4 copies will converge. 2 go to the sedan, and they're like, "Hey, we're good," just to provide cover fire in case and help make sure the escape is safe. And yeah, the other 2 are gonna go in right after the gunman that walked in and pop him.
Okay. So yeah, they zip inside. Yeah, he's right. He's the closest target when they get to that hallway.
Yeah. So first one will pop a shot at him.
All right. Let's see. His coordination is. All right, you take him down. He's running. You just blast him in the back of the head. He just hits the ground and skids on his face a little bit.
Yeah, poor man just didn't know what's happening.
Yeah, he never knew it was coming.
All right, now. Night Shift will pop a shot at the Techmonger.
Okay.
That one has a good chance of hitting. Could still miss, I think.
It's a tie, so it does half damage.
All right, so 3.
3. His force shield is a 3, so you see the force shield kind of spark up as it disperses the energy from your blast.
All right.
Making it obvious that he's got protection.
All right, and how many other just general gunmen are there?
There are 4 between the Technomonger and the rest of you. Basically, he stepped out of his doorway of his lab, but he let all them run past. He's just sitting there trying to snipe.
I'll go ahead and just pop another shot at the Monger then.
Okay.
That one hits full.
Yep. And you said it did
6 points.
All right, so his force shield takes 3 of it, and he takes 3 of it.
And unit will designate in a loud voice. We already know who you're working for currently, and we already have the evidence necessary to put all y'all away. You can give up now, and you have a lesser sentence, and not get the crap beaten out of you.
Technomonger responds by screaming, don't listen to him, man. If we kill him, no one's arrested. He's not bulletproof. You
just saw a thing spit acid at me and we wipe it off casually. We really think
They
bullets
did
mean
see
that
it burn. You know, they do see some burn on your.
Yeah. But you really think with me a tech suit this fancy, I ain't gonna be recording at all times? It's the whole point of me having you talk.
It doesn't matter if he's dead. We'll have the recording. This place is shielded. He can't be broadcasting. Kill him. Oh, and I forgot to let him go at the end of the last turn, so they should probably get their shots. Was that all the Unison members?
There's still technically one more with the shooter that ran into the building, but I don't know if he's at an angle to see the rest of the fight.
Let's see.
I would assume no, just on the fact of like
it's not one big just straight hallway right there.
Yeah.
There's a curve to it. So yeah.
So next turn, those two will be with the
All right.
with night shift.
Let me fall back because before we started this round, the mooks should have gotten a round of shooting.
That's
right.
fine.
So there's 4 of them. With their poor 2 coordination. So one of them takes a shot at Night Watch, which would be a 5. They've got basically just standard rifles. I mean, you know, semi-auto or whatever, you know. So they're shooting at Night Watch first. 5 is the number to beat. Taylor?
Yes.
Somebody shooting at you.
Yeah, I dodged it.
Okay. Yeah, okay. It took a second for it to show up on my screen, I guess.
No, I just forgot that you said it was me.
It's been slow on my end for the die rolls. I don't.
It does with mine every now and then. Okay, there was 4 of them, so that's 1 on you. 1 takes a pot shot at the Bogeyman because he's been throwing things. So again, the number to beat is 5.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, not even close. 1 takes a shot at Toss Up. Oh wait, Toss Up was further down the hallway because he had run forward to run at the Boogeyman. So 1 take a shot at Unit.
Rolled 10.
Okay. Let's see. In the last one, let's see. Anyone's outside. Toss Up. We'll take another shot at Night Watch. 5 is, of course, the number to beat. Is that the same? No, that's a different. Is that 10 what you just rolled, or was that from the previous roll?
You said fired at unit, so I rolled the second time.
Okay. That's right, because you rolled 12 that first one, didn't you?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, so then it was your go, which you did. Then it's Black Dragon again, but he's actually out this time. Then it's the Gorgos, and they're out. Then it's Toss Up.
I will shoot my binding gun at the technomonger,
Alright.
which ought to be a coordination roll, I believe.
pretty good roll. All right, he got a 10, but you got a 12. So, what does the binding gun do?
It's just like a grappling gun. It just binds. It's one of the
Oh, binding. I see it now.
yeah.
All right, so you got a moderate success. And it's your coordination versus he has made that roll, so yeah. So you achieve a partial hold. The character can perform actions, but at a -2 penalty and can't move from that spot. And if you stack up moderates successes, then it moves, or yeah, if you stack up moderates, it moves from a partial hold to a full hold, or a complete hold, excuse me. So it's wrapped around him and then stuck to the ground, or wrapped around him and part of the doorway, or something where he's stuck in that spot, but he is still capable of like using his hands or his shoulder-mounted gun or whatnot.
Yeah, you're back, aren't you?
Boogeyman.
I'm gonna get in close to one of the gunmen and just slam my bat into the side of their head.
Sounds reasonable under the circumstances.
What was that?
I said that sounds reasonable under the circumstances.
Kind of broke up for a second.
Alright, so his prowess is a 3, so you need to beat a 6, which you do handily.
4 damage. The face.
Alright, so he can actually take 4 damage, I think. Yes, he still has a stamina left. Yay.
I don't think he's supposed to sound so happy about that.
No, y'all are not supposed to sound happy about it. I can be delighted. I am, however, going to say that he has a chance to stun this guy since he was hitting him inside the head specifically. Basically make it a stunning attack. And he had a major success. So roll a d6 plus the damage you do versus this guy's strength to see if you might manage to stun him.
Alrighty.
His strength is a 3, so 6 is the number to beat. Okay, it's a massive or moderate. Alright, you knock him out cold. So we're now down to 3 thugs left. Anyone?
All right. So I guess I need to. Do I need to make the hot wiring roll?
It's a standard car with your mastery of espionage. We won't even worry about it rolling.
All right.
You know, you pop it off, you work the wires, you bypass whatever little security system it's got, and you fire it up. Now, do the Unison clones get in the car with him, or are they just going to follow him?
They're just going to follow.
Okay.
They can fly fast enough.
So the 2 guys that were carrying Annette help her into the back and climb in with her.
One will touch Annette and use healing. See if that helps.
It seems to give her a little bit of strength back. She's still got the bags under her eyes. She still looks pale.
Yeah.
But she does seem a little more alert and.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fix like malnutrition or something, but if she's physically hurt, she'll help out with like muscle pain or anything, I guess.
But yeah, generally it just seems to put a little more pep in her step, give her a little energy back. You know, they climb in. Donnie climbs into the driver's seat. And Ben gets in. Or no, Ben was one of the ones helping her. I think there was one prisoner I never even aimed to. He climbs in the passenger seat. You know,
Okay.
the passenger seat. So anyway, the last you see is Danny turning the car around while the guy in the passenger seat is leaned over and starts playing with the radio.
The car blows up.
You what now?
No, I was just joking that the car blows
Oh,
up.
no.
All right, so I'll look up at the Unison team and just ask: Are you all just going to be on standby here, or do you does the rest do your buddies need help still?
Well, hold on. The Unison should be following the car.
Yeah, the Unisons are flying with the
Oh, there
car.
we go. Oh, I see.
Yeah, the two
I got
members. So you're alone.
Okay. Oh, great. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Actually, I'm not sure. Let's see. I'm not really a fighter. I wonder if I should have just like stuck to the car. But that's okay. No, I don't think I could have fit in the car anyway. This might be a good time for maybe I should go into hacking mode and see what's. Yeah, I want to find out what's going on with these experiments. I'm going to take a gamble and. How did when I left? How did the S.P.E.A.R heroes look to be doing? Along with them and
the fight was pretty
Bogeyman.
early on when you left.
That's true. Maybe I should go back just in case.
From what you saw, Dragon wasn't having much luck, laying a hand on Toss Up. You might have seen, I believe you saw him spit on Unison, or one of the Unison members. And, burned his coat a little bit, but didn't seem to be doing any real damage. He just kind of reached up and flicked the stuff off.
Yeah, maybe I'll go back in and see how they're doing, just to make sure they're
okay.
See what the status is.
So you head back in. You start down the hallway. You see the guy that you bluffed laid out.
Who's laid out?
The guard that you bluffed.
Oh,
in kind of the foyer area. It's like he was running down the hallway and he's just out cold in the. So as you approach, Black Dragon is down.
Oh.
Both of the Gorgos were down before you left.
That's right.
There's a couple of other gunmen down, and then you see this guy in a lab coat with his shoulder mounted. It's got like a laser sight that you can see, and it's rotating around, and he's tangled up in something that he's trying to work his way loose, while screaming at his men to kill these guys.
And all three heroes are still up and about.
Yeah. The heroes don't seem to be any worse for wear.
Okay, well they seem to have things in hand. I might try to find the lab at this point. Maybe disguised as one of the guards, and hopefully not be seen and mistaken as an enemy by our heroes.
All right, so you're doing what now?
I'm gonna disguise myself as one of the just as one of the guards and look for the lab.
Okay. The lab door, you're pretty sure is right where the doctor is. You're pretty sure that's the doorway he had stepped out of, and now he's kind of stuck to the wall next to it.
Oh, so I basically would have to like sneak.
You'd have to walk through the entire fight to get back there.
Okay, well maybe that might be pushing it even for my abilities. Or maybe I don't bother trying to hide. I'll just like make a mad dash and hope that everyone else is just too preoccupied with each other to try to stop me.
Yeah, you're looking like the guard that you bluffed.
You know what? I'll just go into I'll just be in Kyle mode because I don't want to risk getting attacked by anyone.
Okay.
And I'm gonna see him. Well, odds are I don't know that I'm gonna. If I look like a guard, I don't know if it's gonna be likely that I'm gonna full TeknoAXE. Yeah, I'll just be in Kyle mode. I don't know that I have like a default anyone like blank face question type look yet. But for now, we'll just say that he's back into his Kyle mode.
Okay. All right. So you're headed. You're just bolting for the lab.
Yeah.
Next up, let's see. This is the bottom of the round. So the 3 remaining guys. all three of them are going to focus fire this time on Bogeyman because he's right there. He's in bat swinging distance of them all.
That's just rude.
So Zach, I need 3 rolls for Boogeyman. Coordination.
All right.
You need to beat. I believe it's 6s you need to beat. Let me double check. Thugs have a. No, they have a 2 coordination, so it's 5s you need to beat.
Rolled 8, 7, 8.
Yep. So yeah, you're right there in the middle of them. Guns are going off all around you, and nothing's hitting you. You're not a trained martial
And
artist.
I'm
but you're
absolutely not shrieking like a 13-year-old girl.
Oh no. It's way more muffled under that helmet. You may not be combat trained, but you're very versed in the 5Ds of 5Ds or 6Ds of dodgeball.
5Ds.
5Ds of dodgeball.
Dodge, dip, duck, dive, and dodge.
Yep. Then it is the Technomonger's turn. Zach, give me a D6 plus, or not Zach, toss up. So, Curtis, give me a D6 plus the rank of your binding gun. As the doctor is just trying to use the escape action to get out. Let's see.
So is it Dr. Technomonger, I presume?
No, that would sound stupid. I mean, I am a doctor, but I don't use it as part of my non-diploom. All right. Here we are. Rushing, throwing, wrestling, escaping. Alright, so the hold is prowess or strength test against the attacker's strength, which is based on the rank of the binding. So you rolled a 6, so his number to beat is a 6. With his prowess or his strength, he will use his prowess. Alright, so he's struggling, and he kind of pulls as much as he can, and then that shoulder-mounted laser just sits there and cuts him free. Where when it shot Boogeyman earlier, it was like this blob of energy. This time it's just a good old-fashioned red laser beam that comes out and kind of slices across. Then he turns and begins running down the hallway. Before he leaves the doorway, though, he shouts into the room, Suzy Q, initiate Omega protocols, and then he starts running towards the back.
Nah, crap.
Oh, that sounds good.
You hear a female voice, kind of devoid of emotion. You hear her go, "Yes, doctor." And then a little bit quieter, you hear, "Yes, doctor, talk to TeknoAXE."
I think that's a good spot to stop because it's already 4:15.
Oh yeah, I was hoping to get this wrapped up today, but yeah. All right, so next session we'll wrap up what little bit's left here. Well, no, actually though, all you've really got to do is fight the goons. Though I guess y'all could try to chase Technomonger down, and then they're still dealing with the company. Yeah, okay.
And the Omega protocols.
I'm sure that's nothing to worry about. In fact, don't even think about it over the next 2 weeks. Don't even worry about it. That's just a mad scientist being overly melodramatic.
That's where the robots come out and serve milk and cookies.
But he's evil, so they give you the milk, and then you find out the cookies are actually oatmeal raisin.
Yeah.
I like oatmeal raisin.
But I like oatmeal
Am I
raisin.
the only person who likes oatmeal?
Yes.
I like
yes.
them well enough.
Cookies.
But if I think that they're chocolate chip, then they're an abomination.
Oh, interesting.
They're
All
tricks
right.
You know
and
what?
false.
That's fair. It's a
Me
mismatch
personally, I'm
of
not a big fan of
expectations.
raisins, so yeah. I can eat them, but yeah. All right, so anyway, we'll wrap up next time then.
Mhm.
I feel like there was something I meant to mention today, but I can't think of what it was.
So what other team will we be using after we wrap this up? Do we know?
Yeah. First of all, do you envision wrap up taking the whole of next session?
No, I don't.
Okay, so
Probably
we
the first
probably should
half
start thinking
hour or
about.
so. I mean, I'm horrible at guessing how long stuff will take sometimes, but I'm not thinking it would take more than a half hour or so.
So we should start thinking of who we play next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's a good question, Kurt.
We can discuss that off camera. But
Mhm.
so anyway, let's officially wrap up then. Hope y'all had fun. I enjoyed running it. Hope anybody that comes by and watches later enjoyed it or listens later. Again, I've been your GM for the day, Jason, and with me has been Mike playing anyone, Curtis
Good
playing
day.
toss-up, Zach playing the Bogeyman, and
Hey.
Taylor playing Unison.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got to start pausing for longer so y'all can say something before I move on to the next one. I keep talking about but anyway, we'll see y'all later.
Laters.
Night night.
See you.